Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. Well, this was a rather long and interesting day. This is on the Hillary Clinton Benghazi hearing. This is video number 9. This will be the last one on the Benghazi hearing because it's over. And what do we see? Well, we saw a dog and pony show. That's what we saw. We found some rather critical information that came to the surface thanks to the Congressman Jim Jordan out of Ohio, and that was that correspondence and the conversation that Hillary Rotten Clinton had with the Prime Minister of Egypt. And we saw a copy of the email that Hillary sent Chelsea saying that it wasn't anything other than an attack with Al-Qaeda affiliates. And what we saw is the Democrats and the Republicans, the Democrats trying to discredit and destroy the Republicans. Nothing's changed. What this reconfirms in my mind is that the two-party system doesn't work. It's a complete joke. It's an absolute joke. You got this Loretta Sanchez, thanking Hillary for attending and for spending her time. She didn't have a choice. Hillary, I think, ended up winning because the American people, for the most part, are stupid. And Democrats are completely stupid. Otherwise, they would recognize that she's not fit to be a dog catcher, let alone president. The whole thing's totally insane. Caught a little bit of Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly had Jim Jordan on, and she also had some whacked out Democrat on prior to Jim Jordan, and he was saying, well, yeah, I mean, that, they had all that information, which they didn't have, but it doesn't matter. She can do no wrong. They didn't ask, the committee didn't ask, well, where was the chosen one that night? She did say she spoke to him once. That was it. Don't you think when your ambassador is being slaughtered that there'd be more than just one conversation? And prior to that, she said that it was all hands on deck. Well, where were Obama's hands? I don't even want to think about where they were. I think I have an idea. The whole thing tells me that America's lost. I mean, it's truly lost. When you've got clowns like this running around, and she wants to be president of the United States, when she blames everybody else for everything else, and she had nothing to do with anything, well, what the hell did she do for 6 years? Other than her and Abedin enjoying each other as they're traveling around the Middle East setting it on fire. And I do mean enjoying each other. I don't know, folks. I really don't know if we have much time left as a country. Obama is flexing his power. He vetoed a bill to give the military a meager raise. Part of the bill also would have defunded his effort to close Guantanamo. Wouldn't have given him money to be able to bring them here. He needs to go to Guantanamo. He needs to be waterboarded. Sometimes I ask myself, and I made a video on this, if they don't care, why should I care? I had some troll say I need to get a life. I'm living in my mother's basement. I don't do this for accolades. I do this for my children, for my grandchildren, and for your children, and for your grandchildren. But I'm coming to the realization It doesn't do any good. I can't change what Obama's going to do. And nor can anyone else. He's made certain of that because he's infiltrated every aspect of our government with muzzies. Yeah, he's got Muslim Brotherhood members in every key cabinet position. I think Jay Johnson's could be a muzzy. CIA Director John Brennan is a convert, I believe, to Muslim. Obama's a Muslim. Valerie Jarrett is probably a Muslim. Susan Rice, probably a Muslim. Do I have anything against Muslims? Only those that want to destroy our country. And I think I just mentioned a whole series of them. I don't know. You know, I started making videos around 3:30 this morning. It's 10 to 7. You think any of these videos are going to do anyone any good? You know, I'll bet you that collectively, the 9 or 10 videos that I did on Hillary and this farce of a Benghazi hearing where none of the questions that should have been asked were asked. I wish I could have asked some questions. Anyway, I guess I'm tired. It's late. I had hoped things would be a little bit different. I had hoped people would see the truth. I had hoped that questions that should have been asked were asked. They weren't. You know, it's possible that they were threatened if they would have asked certain questions. Anything's possible. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know, this is off topic. I told you I watched a little bit of Megyn Kelly. She doesn't like the Donald. She had Jeb Bush on. And she said she's going to have Jeb Bush on and there's going to be a break before that. But she said that with Donald's countless attacks on his brother, Donald didn't attack his brother once. All Donald said is that his brother was president. It was his watch when the towers were attacked. And all Jeb's doing is trying to get as much mileage as he can so he can get into the double digits, which he won't get. He's got that stupid, dumb Bush stare. You know? Guys are idiots. The whole Bushes are corrupt. You know what my problem is I know too much. Because I've been dealing in this slime pit for 34 months. I mean, we're talking 34 months. Garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage. Anyway, I'll see how I feel in the morning. Right now, I'm pretty much toast. It was a very trying day listening to that skag, watching her nod her head when she's got some whacked out Democrat like Loretta Sanchez, that overstuffed congresswoman out of California. I remember in 2003 when she was first running for Congress. She was an attractive woman. Looks like a overstuffed taco. Or burrito, actually, not a taco. I don't know. I'm going to contact Jim Jordan's office tomorrow, and I'm going to let his staff know how much I appreciated what he tried to do. I'm also going to contact Trey Gowdy's office. I think he did a lot, but I think there are questions that needed to have been asked that weren't asked. We didn't hear from a single survivor. We didn't learn what the CIA annex was doing there. Those are the kind of questions that I would have asked. But it is what it is. It's pretty sad. Personally, I think the country's got maybe a year left. But between now and that year, there'll be a lot of unpleasant events that the people are going to be subjected to. And the Muslims, they're going to keep coming in droves. Just a matter of time. That's all it is. You know what I think, don't you?